Welcome to Flavored Enemy Legacies, Hands of the Chimera. You all stand before your Lord and Emperor, Emperor Marcus Diemen, the true ruler of all of Vitore. As you all stand in formation, looking up, you can see the banners on either side of the Emperor, flying the Bossrai colors of navy blue and silver. He addresses all of you. My noble countrymen, we have done wonders uniting all of the barbaric civilizations throughout Vitore. We have brought peace and tranquility to everyone suffering in silence and slavery. We have made it whole thanks to your efforts, but we are not done. We have learned of a small insurrection within the swamps. A group of freedom fighters, as they call themselves, nothing more than terrorists. Terrorists seeking to undermine all the peace that we worked hard for? No. We will squash this insurrection. We will have unity and uniformity. And we will put them down. Because it is our right, by the serpents, by the demons, and by the gods, that we unite Vitore. Death did not take me, for it had a holy mission for me. One with purpose and excellence. So go, gather your teams. Generals, meet with me 1 hour from now in the war room. Dismissed.
Aye, my lord.
You all kind of look at each other. Mordecai, you kind of look around, gathering everyone. You being the one of the four generals amongst the forces of Basrai.
Well, you heard the man. Who are we gonna get to squash these little insignificant insects that plague us?
You look around at the rest of the hands of the Chimera that you've worked with before. Alistair von Clyde. The entity known as Sweetie. As well as Quincy 5. And a couple others as well.
Up to 5, hey Quincy?
The other 4 demonstrated disciplinary issues. I
You did
assure you
say
they have
that.
been resolved.
Good, good. Know that if you show any of the same issues, I will resolve you myself.
I would expect no less.
Wonderful. Alistair, good to see you, good to see you.
It's been a while, Mordecai. And Quincy, do you still have memories of me killing 3? Because that bastard tried to kill me. And the kid here when I picked him up.
Yes, that was added to my memory banks.
Good. And Sweetie, I haven't seen you since, my goodness, it's been over a year since you've last been in our ranks. But it's good to have you back.
It is good to see you too. Sorry, I've been, having fun with demons, shall we say. They're such good conversationalists.
Yes, you always have been a little fond of them, haven't you? All right. And I'm not sorry. I don't know the other people's names.
Oh,
You
the kid is
I
new.
point over to Nito. It's like, and who are you?
I would be Sensei Alistair's student. My name's Nito.
I slap you on the back of the head. Stop stuttering. You know that annoys people.
Sorry, Sensei. Um, yes, my name is Nito, and I'm here to serve the hand as best I can.
All right,
He's
Alistair.
doing well in the new series. Still getting his sea legs.
All right, but he's your problem.
Oh, don't worry, he knows that.
Good. And I point over at oh no, how do you say your name?
You can call me Motier.
Motier. What brings you into
I felt
how
a
did
calling from the rat, and the king invited me. In addition, my generous community provided me with the funds and motivation to be here.
wonderful. All right. Well, do you think that just us is enough to take care of these few problem sects?
It is possible,
And
although I would recommend my community first and foremost. We have a history of taking care of these problems.
General
What?
Mordecai, do I have leave to speak freely?
Of course.
His head kind of tilts. Our king was unfortunately light in his briefing and did not give us any information as to the scope of these rebels, so a proper tactical assessment cannot be made.
And that's what makes it fun. In the series, they send a dove and a letter, the type of ship and a description. We go to the ship and kill everything there and leave.
It was
But
more
less is more.
Well,
was more
sometimes we do leave one, just to
Ah,
watch them
yeah,
run.
that too.
It is it is always fun to see them scamper away.
How else can you spread the stories of your greatness?
Normally by tying them to the mast.
This one understands, though. This one understands.
I understand many things. Apparently more than you can.
But thankfully, I have a great teacher in Sensei Alistair, and I'm learning much.
I have
Good.
2 questions. Or I guess it's more of a question and a statement. Motier,
Yes.
what is your community?
We are the Pirao. Our job is to exterminate from all corners of the earth whoever you wish. We've been doing this for hundreds of years. In fact, I do believe we exterminated the Montaminar, if that gives you any indication as to our prowess.
I'm just gonna sort of sit there with like this kind of impressed and surprised look on my face.
I've heard of that incident. I strive to get that much chaos, but not yet. Almost there.
It wasn't quite chaos.
Well, I meant for the other people, not you.
No, I mean, it was more of a precise strike.
Gonna say it was a bit more of a genocide than anything else, but there's not much known about that attack since it was so effectively made.
Exactly. In truth, I am paid to be here by the king because that is what the Pirou can command. A salary from a king.
I trust someone who's being paid more than someone who just walked in off the street. You don't get paid until your job is done.
I got paid before being here. In fact,
Well,
my time is expensive.
I am going to have to talk to the king about that.
You know he hates budget talks.
I know he hates budget talks, but oh my god, he
We
can't.
got summoned here by the hand of the seal, one of the other
Hmm.
generals.
Permission to
Anyways,
speak freely.
last time you spoke freely, you made it sound like we weren't strong enough to handle insects in a swamp.
Would argue that last time that he spoke freely, he gave an accurate assessment of our current situation and thus provides useful information for the future.
Fine.
Arguing that he made us seem weak seems something of a problem with yourself, Mordecai. Do you think we're weak?
As I have not seen your own personal skill set. Yes.
I just want to
Interesting.
kill things.
Quincy, I find your advice valuable, even if the others here do not. Multiple perspectives can provide
Not
quite a lot
valuable.
of
I just kill
fun.
things.
It was just me
Evil
who did not
Quincy
like.
or Q5 for short looks at you, but does not respond, as he was not given leave to speak freely.
And I never told him to. He's not mine.
Q5 just okay. For the reputation that the Purell holds, let's just say that you have freedom to speak for this mission.
Excellent. Thank you, General. I was merely going to make a comment about how the king nearly blew a gasket when he saw my last repair bill.
Yeah.
Is that a robo joke?
That is my attempt at humor. A better understanding of
Ugh.
psychology would aid me in terrorizing my targets. How effective would you rate this joke? 1 to 5.
Very poorly.
Yeah, pretty
Compared
bad.
to
I will rate it a 5 because you've
Pete's,
made me laugh.
Pete's jokes, you're poor.
I would
Pete's
say
another one of our
4
sealers.
because I've seen your repair bills.
Interesting. Calculating?
If you, I hate to intrude, Mordecai, but I think we best be heading on our way and getting to where we need to go.
That was my
Yes.
very next suggestion.
Yes, all right. Well, let's head on into the war room. Let's figure this out so that we can finish this job.
Absolutely.
DM, are there any forces under Q5's direct control?
No, not since the dispersal of the forces. The hands of the Chimera have been kind of left to their own devices. But your best bet would probably be to figure out about more requisitions from the court wizard.
I shall attend to the court wizard and see what requisitions can be made. You see that first his torso turns in that direction, and then his head, and then his legs slowly turn and twist in that direction. And begin
God,
walking.
he would make such a good dancer.
You should see the way the demons move. That would
Yes.
put you evil Queen Q5 is nothing compared to them. He
I don't think I'll ever get used to him leaving that way. 1 through 5, they've all left the same way.
Yes, and it's
Ugh.
always been entertaining.
Wait, it's always torso first?
Yes.
Always torso first. And
You
with
he-
that, Mordecai turns around and starts heading
Is-
to the war room.
You hear Q5 call back. The hand is quicker than the eye. Moving the head is sometimes unnecessary.
I just follow along.
Sensei, can we stab him sometime?
If he turns, you can have a go.
Trust me.
Most generous. Thank you.
I
I
follow
s-
into the war room.
I still remember when the first 10 did the splits turning around like that. That was hilarious.
Number one self-destructed due to mechanical errors.
While turning,
I'll
Yes,
turn.
he was a prototype after all.
The explosion was impressive, though.
I do
Oh,
remember the
you're not wrong.
explosion.
That was a very impressive explosion.
I think that was before my time.
One can
Way
only
before your
imagine.
time.
Indeed, we did find a stopwatch in the rubble for some reason.
Mordecai's gonna walk into the war room and sit down at one of the chairs that is clearly hers from a while, and just sort of sits with her head in one of her hands while she waits for the information.
Moutier stands to the left of Mordecai, slightly behind, hands clasped behind her back.
Sweetie oozes along and sits to the right of Mordecai, smirking with a glazed look in her eyes.
I go
See,
to the left of the table, and there's a chair with a wave on it, and I'm standing behind it.
you
I just
see,
wish she was here.
And I will flank the other side of the chair.
you see Emperor Marcus Demon, who's kind of sitting in his throne, leaned off to the right, chin resting in his hands, looks at all of you all. Welcome, Hands of the Chimera. Just the group for this mission.
Q5 did go to requisition the court wizard. Did that?
Yes. Yeah, we're getting to that in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, just wanted to say I'm not there.
I'm currently giving a bow without hitting the table.
Okay.
Sweet. I am currently lowering myself by oozing along the floor and then moving back up, liquefying my legs and then reforming them as a bow.
Your Imperial Majesty, it is myself and any other member of the Imperial that you wish to procure.
Mordecai just sort of gives this little, like, circular two-finger salute in front of her face and then puts her fingers back on her temple while she just stares over at the Emperor.
Good. We'll wait for Q5 to get back before we get started. Mordecai,
Yes, sir.
how did the public seem? Is there any dissenters that we need to take care of?
Can I roll perception or insight to see what I
Yeah.
saw while he was
Yeah.
talking?
Go ahead.
Which
Go ahead and roll perception.
oh, a nat 20, 27.
Fuck yeah.
There were people who you could definitely tell were downtrodden with the news, but they seemed meek and unresponsive, like they were just going to deal with it in the senses of not doing anything and just kind of just living
Like
the best they can.
downtrodden in the news that there were rebels, or downtrodden in the news that we knew about the rebels?
Downtrodden in the news that we are sending people out to squash these rebels.
Okay. Well, my liege. I don't know if that really works for emperors. I think the spirit of these rebel cells is being snuffed out to the point of just a little puff of smoke from whatever fire they once had.
Good. And after you deal with these insurrectionists, I want you to bring back their heads so we can mount them on the pikes outside the city.
You know just what to say to get to a girl's heart.
And with that, we will hop over to Q5. So
Yeah.
you
As
head over to the Wizard's Tower?
yes.
What are you doing as you're heading over there?
I think as Q5 is walking down one of the hallways, he suddenly stops and he's going to spin his head in 360 degrees to check if anyone is looking at him.
Okay.
If there's anyone
There's
around.
nobody in the hallways.
He smiles and sort of moves a tapestry, takes out one of the bricks, and pulls out a ring that had been left behind by Q4. And then he puts the brick back and places the ring in his pocket for now. And then he turns and keeps going to the wizard's tower.
Okay. So as you reach the bottom of the Wizard's Tower, you start climbing up, and as you remember, the wizard who works at the Wizard's Tower is very eccentric, very odd, and probably a good idea to just keep the conversation down to a minimum.
Hmm.
They get a little murder happy.
Hmm.
So as you get into there, you hear the sounds of magical puffs and explosions happening behind the door.
He politely knocks on the door.
What? 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 What do you want? Who is it?
My current designation is Q5.
Uh-huh. Well, come in, come in. I don't have all day.
He enters the room.
And you see the court wizard, Aurora de Moro, just hands deep into the exposed chest cavity of a ghoul. Now, what is it? I don't have all time. Hurry up.
King Marcus Deemhan has given us a particular mission in wiping out the rebels in a swamp. And I
King
would
now. Have you deposed him of his emperorship?
Oh, my apologies. He smacks the side of his head. Slight file corruption. Emperor Marcus requests would like to requisition what aid you can offer to the hands of the Chimera.
All right, I guess that's it. She pulls her hands out and they're all bloody. You, dispose of this body, please. And she walks over to a wash basin.
I guess I pick up the body and is there like a furnace or something to throw it in?
No, but the window's open.
Okay, I throw it out the window.
You hear a loud splat from down below, and then
Said
you
hit
hear
someone on the way down.
and then you hear
That's what I was hoping for.
You hear the sounds of a wagon cart, and you hear, "Hey, lunchtime!"
Just remember, bodies bounce when they hit the ground. They don't splat like pancake.
Well, how far up?
Doesn't matter.
About
They'll
about
still
450
bounce some.
feet.
They'll still bounce.
Oh yeah, that boy's bouncing.
That boy's
it
bouncing.
definitely will bounce a little bit, but not
will-
much.
I will inform the janitorial staff about the bloodstain on the bottom.
Oh no, it's all right. I'll take care of it. They usually lick the stones clean. All right. Well,
Delightful.
off with us. Let's go.
First his torso and then the rest of him.
And she follows you along.
I have been given full leave to speak freely for this entire mission. I've never been granted
Oh,
this
goody.
before.
Goody. That sounds fantastic. Great for you. I'm glad you were able to talk.
As am I.
All right. And that'll bring us, as you guys kind of walk back in. What do you do? You
I
walk into the. You walk
Yep,
into the.
I walk into the room. I pull out a chair for Aurora, and then he stands
Even when
at
you're
the
evil, eh?
table. I don't know why I did that. And he smacks the side of his head again. Oh, another file corruption. Running cleaning programs now. And then he just
Yeah,
kind of
well, you
stands
know.
at the table.
We're
Well,
gonna get number 6 quick.
It's all right. It's all right. Q5. Go. I need a footstool, so go ahead and just get down there, please.
He
Sensei,
does so.
am I allowed to now?
Not yet.
What?
Drat.
Mordecai's gonna look over at Alistair and
He
just
keeps
sort of,
asking
like,
to
stare
stab
him down.
Q5. He's stab happy. He got a new knife.
He,
New knives are wonderful, yes, but Q5 is a part of our team for this
That's
mission.
what I told him.
Ooh, may I inspect the knife?
I just give a stern look to Nito and shake my head like this is not the right time.
pardon me, but I fail to see how having a fairly indestructible being on our team would be a bad thing. I mean, he has relatively infinite strength and processing power.
well, if
I may be missing context.
if
Why
I may
don't
speak,
want to stab him.
he's clearly not indestructible, as we've destructed 4 previous versions of him.
Huh?
Calm down, kid.
At least the explosions from 2 of them are nice. The other 3 were not my favorites.
But by the way, Trover is still bowing while he's talking to Nito, has not moved from the pose.
I guess Q5 from under the table being someone's footstool. The meeting should now commence. Under, of course, our Emperor's discretion.
Thank you, Q5.
You're a good little robot.
Now, something to know. The insurrectionists have gathered quite a few in terms of numbers. The public must not know this. So I send you all to wipe them out. I want not a single trace that they were ever living, save for their heads that go on the pikes.
Scorched earth.
All of them have gathered. They are all there. This is our chance to wipe them all out.
If we find ourselves of a certain mindset to destroy the heads, having nothing left, would that be acceptable?
No, I require at least the 3 heads of their leaders.
Understood.
That can be arranged. You see, at Motier's hips are like several fish hooks, but they're very large and they're tied to her belt. Trophies normally go on these. I assure you, you will have the 3 heads of the leaders.
With pre-done spike holes, given the size of those.
Yes, it is an unfortunate, but
It's
useful
not unfortunate.
weapon.
It saves my time of trying to stab the spike in.
That really is the worst part, isn't it?
Just you can never center it right, and the head always just like lulls to the side a little bit, and
Yeah.
it doesn't
I'm not
get.
gonna lie, my first time went through the eye socket.
How did you manage that?
I tripped.
See, I didn't even get to the eye socket. Mine was angled wrong, and it just went straight through the back of the neck. Like it didn't even.
We're gonna keep working on that.
I know. I practice every night. I practice every night.
As I recall, though, when you punctured the eye, at least I was able to get the fluids. Those were useful for things.
They are good
Oh, I have a
seasoning for
collection.
dishes.
Yeah.
Em-
I'll
Emperor.
show you mine if you show me yours later.
That reminds me. Next Tommen Day, the store down at the end of the road, they do an eyeball taco that is
Chatter.
phenomenal.
I want
Sorry,
this
my
done, and I want this done now.
And we shall leave at your behest, your Imperial Majesty.
Which swamps are these guys in?
They are centered around that tiny village, Bogsborough.
It would be that
Burn
one.
the entire thing to the ground for all I care.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Bone Jangle's making a repeat appearance. It's the Bone Jangle.
Oh. Well, suppose the only questions left are resources for gearing up.
Yes. Tomorrow, get them caught up. Get them everything that they need. Now go. Now. And do not let the civilians see any amount of weakness out of any of you. Or I will put your heads on pikes just as much as theirs. Go. Now.
Mordecai sort of pushes the chair back with a big, like, squeak of the wood on stone.
This
I hate
is
that
the
sound.
first time in a while that I actually stand up from the bow and I look at Nito.
You really need to mind your manners more.
Multi-A, like, swivels her body so that you don't run into her while you scooch out your chair. Just like, pardon me, General.
Sort of just, like, stands up and makes a small bow to the Emperor and walks right out of the room with quite a sense of purpose.
Say, sorry, not say. Oh my gosh.
Wait!
Wait a minute.
Whom?
Multi-A follows Mordecai.
Nita will try to copy Alistair's bow and then wait for him to get it
am-
before he.
Right behind them, and you don't even notice me move. I'm just there.
Nice.
Nito is still bowing at this point.
Kid, we're leaving.
Shit.
2-5 waits for Aurora to stop using him as a footstool before he gets up.
She kind of kicks her feet off of you, stands up.
He crawls out from under the table, and as he's walking away, he turns to her and says, "You should wear clean underwear tomorrow. It is unladylike." And he keeps walking.
Oh God.
Savage.
Sweetie doesn't so much as get up from the chair as much as she oozes out of it in liquid form before reforming, already standing up in a bowing formation. As you will, Emperor. And then follows everyone else out.
Mordecai's sort of gonna talk over her shoulder and be like, Aurora, what are we dealing with here?
Not here.
Where
Well, of
then?
course not here.
Let us talk on the road.
Fine. Well, if everyone is ready to go, we'll head on down to the stables.
As you guys kind of reach the stairs, Aurora taps you on the shoulder, Q5. Say,
Turns around.
Q5,
What did she say?
why do you spend so much time in the halls near my tower?
Well, on account of not being given leave to speak my mind most often, I spend a lot of time walking around, thinking about various things. Would you like to know about one of the topics I particularly enjoy thinking about?
Why don't you tell me what you see out there? And she points to the city.
Hmm. It's so wonderful to be given full leave. I see nothing but a bunch of completely meaningless, pathetic existences. You want to know why? You
Yes.
see, doesn't it baffle you, my construction? Why go out of their way to build a being like me, a clone of a being that exists in another universe? Shouldn't they just find him here? Well, there's a reason they don't find him here. It's because, well, the scientists and creators suppose that the existence of Quincy in this alternate universe, the one I'm based on, is only a product of Jormungandr's meddling in the time stream and thus doesn't exist in our world. That doesn't really get to the root of the issue, does it? Why would why would Jormungandr go out of his way to ensure the existence of some random cowboy? It doesn't make sense, does it? But you see, each thing that exists, it has characteristics that make it distinct, that are a part of what it is.
Aurora kind of waves her hand at the rest of y'all to keep going down the stairs as she's talking.
Yeah, he is walking and
Mordecai's
talking.
already gone.
I'm assuming.
Did you say something, Nito?
I'm assuming, like when you say walking, talking, his torso is like turned around,
Yeah.
but like the legs are still facing forward.
And so, but each universe that exists also, on account of being unique, has its own various properties. Thus, that means that
She reaches
whoever
her
lives...
hand out and casts Fireball at 8th level, centered on your face.
Oh, come on!
At 8th level. Waste of a spell slot, darling.
That is going to be a Dex save throw.
Okay.
Needle
I didn't
makes
get to say my
snap
whole thing.
For just
Oh,
Quincy.
I am at the I am at the
Mhm.
top of the stairs laughing. Just
10.
That's a failure.
Yeah, I figured.
You're going to take...
I kind of called on the stairs, boy. Kid, you don't get to kill the robot.
Is it time?
You take 48,
Too late.
I cast absorb
48 fire damage.
I cast absorb elements and cut that down to 24.
All right, but the point is that she's trying to knock you down the stairs. So as you fail that saving throw, you
walking.
kind of push backwards.
Watch out, Blue! And I move to the side of the wall.
And you see that, like,
I'm laughing as he's rolling.
you see that as he gets up, like, the artificial skin on half of his face has melted off, and you see the robot underneath.
So this was like a full Terminator moment.
Yeah.
Are you like down at the bottom of the stairs now, and all of us just kind of like sidestepped to let you fall?
Yeah.
No,
Pretty
stop
much.
him.
I suppose philosophy and proper hygiene are two things you just don't appreciate. And he stands up and
Mordecai's gonna-
continues walking.
Mordecai's gonna look at Q5 and just sort of be like, you would think they could program in some manners.
Some manners cannot be taught, ma'am.
Yeah, but at least some could be programmed.
Oh, the kid here knows more manners than that thing.
That doesn't mean much.
True, he's still learning.
At least he can learn. All right, folks, let's get this
Yeah,
show on the
we're going.
road.
And
Mordecai's
Aurora, Aurora's just kind of floating alongside you guys, not even walking at this point.
Mordecai is heavily considering if giving Q5 free reign to speak was a smart idea.
I say we make it to the stables.
Yes. Stables.
Yeah, so I guess we get to the stables.
Well, I guess there's the question. Are we taking the stables or are we taking boats up at least part way?
Oh,
I mean,
no.
technically we could take boats all the way up. Oh no, you're gonna do one of those portal teleport things.
Oh, no, not this time.
No.
And
Why not?
you see her wave her hand, and you see that 4 black ichor-looking creatures appear that are like winged, like wyverns.
Oh, thank goodness. Teleportation makes me nauseous.
Exactly.
It would be more
Oh,
efficient.
well, the last time you went through, kid, you vomited everywhere. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
Never teleport on a Tommen day. It's not a good combination.
So, what are these creatures, if you don't mind me asking? I have never seen these before.
They are twisted bits of the spiraling black.
Oh,
Bit of energy that we absorbed from the late Avatar.
Nito is just looking in between Sweetie and the ink wyverns at this point.
Q5 has already
Mordecai's-
gotten on top of one of them.
Mordecai's gonna go over and she's just like beaming, looking at these things, and like sort of like holding her hands under where the goo is like dripping just a little bit, and she's just like so happy. And she looks over at Aurora and it's like, you didn't
You get-
tell me you got any of this.
She gets on one. 2 of you to each. Yes.
kid will ride with me.
And
Okay.
I climb on.
Always the conversationalist, Aurora. Good to talk.
Shall I ride with you, Quincy? Sweetie says, looking at the wyverns with a forlorn expression.
If that is what you would like.
And Mordecai looks over at Mortier and it's like, well,
I suppose that means that we're sharing the last one.
front or back, my dear.
Front.
Sounds good.
So I guess
I mean,
we
it also helps that you're taller.
It,
But
it shouldn't be too long of a flight. Only about an hour or so.
nothing like getting a little saddle sore.
Sweetie, shall I ride in front, Quincy? Is that okay?
if that is what you would like.
Indeed. Sweetie says, gently scratching the ear of the wyvern. I find these things to be a reminder of home.
Personally, I do not see the appeal of animals.
And as the sun is starting to come up, you see that Aurora kind of leans back, flicks her hand as some of the ichor kind of flows over her top as she's just kind of laying down, covered all by the ichor. And you all take off.
Am I allowed to take a short rest?
Yeah, that's fine.
Love the
Oh, I have a question, DM. If this is some of the spiraling black and I'm necromantic as well, do I get anything out of this by just like
No.
hanging out with them? Damn it!
No, because it's not like that.
It's not directly from it, it's just a reference type thing too.
Well, so it is part of the spiraling black, but you have to be like steeped in the energy. It's a whole different thing.
Fine. I tried. Worth a shot.
So as you guys are kind of flying over, notice that Aurora links everybody's mind with this kind of spell. And well, now's the time to talk if you need to.
you all hear from my head.
Stab him, shiv him, skin him alive. What will I do?
I think that we should approach this a little more methodically.
Oh, there's other people in here. My bad.
That's
Who?
typically how mind linking
What?
works.
How?
Magic, my boy.
What are the names?
This. I don't like this.
What are the names of opponents? What's wrong?
Right, everyone. Did you have any questions about what we're going to face?
Where are they
And
specifically?
how many?
They are in the small town of Bogsborough. They've gathered there. There's about 300
Hmm.
regular common folk looking to lead up an army, and 3 generals.
Is
Well-
there a way that you can show us like rough images of what they look like so we can see who to
Oh.
save?
Sure. And she brings up a scrying spell inside your guys' minds. So all your guys' minds are filled with this image. You see zoomed in. One, you can see a furbolg with dark hair, in tattered black robes, carrying a wizard's staff. Middle-aged, little bit of a beard. Next, you can see a white kobold in disheveled-looking, tattered rags, with 2 revolvers. One says Hellion, the other says Row on the side.
Really?
Really?
Oh.
Oh shit.
I love how everyone on the A team's like, oh no.
And then lastly, you can see that there is what looks to be a vampire, maybe, um, with dark black hair, white streaks on the side,
What?
and pale
Sorry.
skin.
Black
Sorry.
hair with what on the side?
White streaks on the side, and pale skin, and a little thin, pencil-thin mustache.
Oh,
That's
God.
true.
Wait, does this version of Quincy still hate him?
I do
Yes,
not
but
know
Mr.
this
Rose is a
individual.
good guy this time. Oh my god. This is amazing.
I just start
fuck.
thinking,
It's
I can't
Darnzor.
Sweetie's quite sweetie, smart, Shrek's lovely.
Uh,
My favorite opponent to see.
would I, DM, would I know any of these people? Like, could I do a insight or like, yeah, because I think, like, a check of some kind to,
Yeah, you can make a history check. That's fine.
oof, aha, 14.
So yeah, you recognize one. The kobold, his name's Drak, and he is a gunslinger who goes about saving villages of townsfolk from kind of like just monsters and horrors and that kind of thing. But he's recently taken to taking out supply trains from Basrai and redistributing the property that they have within those to others. Then there is Danon Starfall, the Furbolg, who's kind of
Oh, really?
confusing individual. Um, is a wizard with a lot of power that appeared out of nowhere. He's been kind of leading this insurrection since it all started, um, but no one really knows much about him besides his name and the fact that he's leading the insurrection. And the last is Hammond Rose, who is a former vampire. Um, Looks to be like
Or-
he's been cured because he can walk in sunlight now, or something. but he is a specialty when it comes to the spoken word and is a bit of a bard.
All right. I recognize this is in the in the group chat. Just I recognize these people. Eastrock, bit of a Robin Hood figure. He is the kobold. Just basically like relaying the information back to these people here so that they also know their names.
You are using a lot of emotes.
Oh.
Emoticons or emojis?
Yes.
Yes.
Are
Well,
all this nuanced on adventures or missions or whatnot, or are you always just chit chat conversationalists?
I find that disseminating information in a way that makes others understand it makes them better at their jobs, Aurora de Moro. So,
Wait, who's inseminating what now?
disseminating, Nito.
Am I able to
Oh.
Just like I inseminated your
Oi.
mother.
Am I
No, which I have 3 mothers. Which
am I
one
able
are you
to like
referring to?
telepathically message just one person?
No,
I
it's
mentally
all
slap
open.
Nito.
Then Q5 refrains from
Ah,
thinking
my
what he was
brain.
going to think.
You can think, you just have to think about talking to talk, right? It's not like they can read all of our minds, right? Or is
He
every thought
basically
that I'm
just
having
doesn't
right now
send a
going
message.
through?
Because he doesn't want it on the group chat.
Because if it's every thought I'm having right now,
Doesn't want the record of DMs.
Yeah, if every thought that's going through Trover's head right now is showing for everybody, there's a lot of bad things in naked pictures. I'm not gonna lie.
and Mordecai's just like half holding on to Mortier and just sort of like, you're still a Ferrum, right?
Yes.
I'm just
Why
sort of,
why would evil me be completely different race?
look, I just
I don't
wanted
know.
to
Why
check,
would that be?
right? Who the heck knows? But
Yeah, who would
Mordecai
do
is
something
like
dumb like that?
fascinated, absolutely fascinated by your feathers, and is just like,
Would you like one?
like, no, I like them on you.
They are magical ingredients. They only work if I give you the consent to take them. When they get sometimes they shed, they grow gray. Someone
that.
this is just me speaking out loud. This isn't like the group
Yeah.
chat. Sometimes people try to take them on purpose. Again, they gray and disintegrate, but taken with consent, they can do quite a lot of damage with fire and things of that sort.
You're not wrong there.
And
Sure.
Trover's eyes kind of just go down towards his shirt and doesn't think anything, just smiles.
You know what? Might be the only chance I get to have one that keeps its color.
Exactly. They regrow rather quickly, probably in about a week, so I recommend the arms. They are less painful, and she just reaches an arm back for you to take a couple.
M sort of like chuckles to herself and just sort of like finds a few and is like, I like this one, pick this one, pick, and this one, pick. Takes 3, sort of like fans them out in her hand. It's like, they're pretty.
And it looks like you took some guide feathers. Be quite powerful. The down feathers are very good for defensive maneuvers. Think a shield of fire. They would be very great components for that. But I think you'll find the guide feathers good for potions and the like.
Mordecai sort of puts them into a pouch, and she chooses not to say that she doesn't want to use them because she thinks they're too pretty.
It's like literally the equivalent of like taking a person's hair because they said like, "Yo, I dyed my hair a cool color. You want it?" Like
We've already gone over that hair is a valid trinket to give.
it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It's a very sweet trinket. Like put a little bow
So now
around
you're my
it.
sweetheart.
Aw, adorable. Lesbians.
Lesbians.
The L word.
The L word.
Wait, I thought Evil You was.
She's cis.
Evil me is
I
cisgender.
thought she said she was cishet though earlier. Okay.
No, just cisgender.
Uh,
The most evil thing
You
a
can be
person
a
can
bad
be.
bitch. Cisgender. She can be a bad bitch and still like being a bad bitch and a bad person are two separate things, but being a lesbian is also a separate identity.
I'm just wondering where we are on these things.
I'm sure we're close.
Yeah, you guys are flying, and you see something weird happen as you guys are flying. The sun turns black and like gooey, and then the black kind of spreads across the sky as light becomes just devoid.
You know, I would hazard a guess and say that's not normal.
Mordecai, you would have seen this before once during the big conflict with the former kingdom of Avandra. This was something that was used to empower some of the darker of Emperor Demon's forces.
So do
As
oh, sorry.
sorry, so as you guys kind of land, you guys land around the outskirts of the swamp, and Aurora kind of slides off of the Ichor Wyvern, and you can see that her skin looks like ashen gray now, and her eyes are completely black throughout. All right, are we ready?
I suppose so. Can I make a stealth check to get into the town unnoticed?
Oh, there's still a decent amount outside the town because you can't fly directly into the swamp.
You
All
still gotta go
right.
through the swamp. Yeah.
I will go through the swamp.
Aurora kind of reaches her hand out, and all of the wyverns turn back into ichor and flow into her hand and disappear. All right,
A neat trick.
let us go.
Would
And
I
she
know
walks.
if Aurora is the one who made the sun go gooey?
Oh yeah, she definitely did that the last time when you guys
Okay,
fought
I wanted to make
Avandra.
sure that it was
Yeah, yeah, it's
that.
kind of been her go-to since she absorbed
The
most of the
goo.
spiraling black.
She absorbed what?
Now we're gonna get to that later.
All right, into the
Wait,
swamp. Let's
later?
go.
No, she absorbed the spiraling black. That's what I heard.
Most of. Let's go into the swamp. I want to know the rest of this story.
Let's go into the swamp. This is we sing a little swamp song.
Trover's kind of at the
It's
back
the
because the
swamp, and
sword
we're
on his
going
back
into the
that
swamp.
is red and rigid kind of gives off
Oh.
this brimstone glow.
It's like, I'll stay back here so I don't give us away.
Wait. What race are you?
Are you still a tiny little
Are you
troll?
not a deep gnome anymore, or a shoal gnome?
I'm
or
a
whatever it was?
cauldron born.
Oh.
Oh.
Nito, are you a different race?
No, I'm still blue.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I'm a blue. I look like a gnome, but I'm a
You
cauldron
look
born.
like a mature cauldron born. Okay, cool. I'm caught
But
up.
the
All
sword
right.
I have is a hellfire short sword, so that's why
Oh,
I'm staying behind.
that'll do it.
Yeah,
My movement speed is
It's all
55.
right.
So
I don't really care if they see us coming.
all right, then I go
This
back up
is
to the
a mission
beginning
I
of
mean-
where
extermination
everybody else.
anyway.
I would like to sneak ahead and get into the town to kind of scout out.
Oh, you want to
The
see
area.
a contest? Let's see who's
Sure
the first
thing,
one there.
Motrier. And she
What was that, DM?
She says, "Sure thing, Motrier." And she casts a spell, and you feel yourself become significantly lighter as your movement speed is now tripled.
Whoa, holy shit. All right, that's 90 feet of movement.
It's gonna last for 10 minutes.
So
Ooh.
is that just on her, or is that also on me?
No, that's just on Motrier.
Aw,
Uh,
darn.
Q5, I guess, begins stealthing his way into the swamp as well.
Mordecai, would you mind accompanying me as we walk through the front gates? Let the rest of them sneak around.
You know exactly how I like to fight. It's
That's
probably
a.
why we do so well.
I rolled a 29 for stealth.
Holy fuck.
Oh, I should also roll.
Yeah, that was a that was a let me check.
You rolled a 14.
That was a that was a
You have
14 on the
plus
die.
15 to your stealth. Holy
Yeah, I have a plus
crap.
15 to my stealth.
I got a total of
How do you
13, but
got
then the Sam my sword
18.
kind of reveals me.
I rolled a 3.
Man, guys. This is why I walk through the front door.
Oh, I'm just to the
So-
left of you, not very far
Oh.
away. Just
First up, we'll go to the sneaking around. Quincy, sorry, Q5, you rolled what?
An 18 only.
Okay. Slightly dumber, Nito, you rolled what?
17.
Okay. Alistair, you rolled what?
I have a 13. I'm just to the left of Mordecai and Aurora, not very far away. So
Sweetie,
I'm there.
you rolled
but
what?
They said they'd be right back.
Okay.
Yes.
Mutre, you rolled what?
29.
So the rest of you kind of get in your positions, and slowly, and then Mordecai, as you got walking over with Aurora towards the front gates, she kind of looks over at you and says, "You know, Mordecai, we worked together quite a few times,
Yes.
and you know, life is boring without something to do. So, just curious if maybe you'd want to go and have lunch or something.
Oh
When we
my
get back."
gosh.
You know what? I think that would be very nice to have lunch with you, Aurora.
Sounds good. I can arrange something.
Good. You can pick me up or have me picked up at whatever time you need. You know where I am.
Sure. Do you mean to bring a chariot of skeletal horses? Maybe a full actual chariot made out of bones.
You would bring me one of those?
Sure. Harbinger of death that you are. Deserve to arrive in style.
Mordecai kind of like blushes a bit and sort of like looks away and just sort of like doesn't know how to handle herself. And then just like looks around and just like sees that the gate is coming in and is like maybe we should
Focus, yes.
yeah.
All right. What do you think? Rousing speech or just slaughter?
I do love a good speech. Um hmm.
She kind of passes a mental link to you. You go ahead and give the signal to everyone else to when to attack. I'm going to go in and gather their attention.
You certainly have my attention.
And he walks into the town as you see everyone starting to grab weapons.
Cool. Can I hold on here? Oh no, that's up to 1 minute. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just gonna sort of like let her go, and I'm gonna send a quick mental message to the guys, to all the other folks, to hold steady for my word or for my signal.
Affirmative.
Should I get the opportunity to behead one of the generals? Should I take it? Mordecai?
Yes, that's the emperor said that. Yes.
I was wondering, should the situation arise that I am alone in a building with one of the generals and no one else is there, and you haven't given the signal yet, if beheading would be the option.
As long as you don't make noise, go ahead.
Excellent.
I am going to go ahead and activate my Visage of the Astral Self. Spend a key point on that, and if anybody is looking at me, you'll notice that there's a light blue glow kind of around my head and my arms, and that glow kind of elongates out to a point, and you see like a squid head kind of spectrally where my head is, and then my arms elongate again spectrally out to about 8 feet, and they have tentacles.
I do the same thing, but instead of tentacles, you see giant crab claws just peer behind me.
You see Aurora walk into the middle, hands up. Citizens of the swamp, I guess. I have come to ask for your surrender. I will only behead your leaders. The rest of you will be put to work in the mines, and all this can be put behind us. You have about 3 seconds, and someone immediately fires at her an arrow. And they all start charging. Do you do anything, Mordecai?
Yeah, I guess I should have readied this first.
Mhm.
But I would like to use a 5th level spell slot to summon Draconic Spirit.
Okay. And as you're doing that, you see Aurora just kind of smile from, like, you can see at the side of her face, you can see the corner of her mouth smile as a black ichor-like substance, like a ball around her, just shoots out around. And roll the damage dice here. Yeah. Literally the about a 120-foot radius around her, just wide ball just spreads out, and everything gets turned into a skeletal version of itself. All of the fiber on the houses, all of the flesh on the people, everything is just left as bone and wood.
Man, I should have waited then. I could use something else, but you know.
And then she literally just sits back as the black ichor turns into a chair and then a desk, and she pulls out a small teacup in the middle of that. And now it's up to you. What are you gonna do?
Walk in and like my draconic spirit is sort of going to be hovering above me that like all the other people can see from where they are, which would have been my signal. Uh and I guess I should state that I would pick acid.
Okay.
Anyways, and I'm just sort of going to like walk over to her and I'm just going to be like, "Holy shit."
Just sipping her tea. Well, the rest of yours.
Mordecai sort of shakes her head and nods and like mumbles under her breath, "God damn, she's hot."
You see about 60 armed with spears and like wooden spears and wooden shields start moving towards you. As you can see a general behind them. This one looks to be the former vampire.
Does Q5 see this one?
Uh no, from where you are you can see the white kobold with the two pistols. Um and about 100 feet away from you where you're at currently. The rest of y'all are kind of still situated around the town.
Okay, since we're given leave to attack, since that was the signal, I will cast Hunter's Mark on this. I'll get within 90 feet and cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Before we get too crazy, let's have everybody roll initiative.
Okay. Ah, dang, I rolled a 2. 15.
21.
I rolled a 3. Oh my gosh. 13.
19.
9.
20.
Uh, hmm. All right.
Is the recording still good?
Let me double check. Yep, still good.
Okay.
Woo.
Knock on wood to that.
Knock on wood. Damn.
Alrighty. Edit. Okay. All right. Sorry, I had to get the encounters things rolled up. All right. Let's go with Alistair. What was yours?
Total of 20.
Okay. Q5.
15.
Nito.
9.
Sweetie.
19, dear.
Mordecai.
21.
And not Glisse.
Rolled a natural 3 for 13.
Okay.
I only rolled a 2.
All right. So, each one of you in the shadows get a free action before we roll into the initiatives. For kind of detail purposes, starting off with just kind of helping you guys understand what you guys can see. Alistair, you can see that there looks to be a construct surrounded by green light. It's got big, giant mechanical arms around near you. Sweetie, you can see the vampiric-looking individual with the black hair and the white streaks on the side. Q5, you can see the white kobold with the 2 pistols. Nito, you can see the furbolg with the beard.
Okay.
And that should be it. Mordecai, you can see the white, the vampiric looking individual as well.
Is Mortier. I mean, Mortier still has that 29 still, so.
Yes. Yeah, Motier, you'll have also seen the mechanical looking individual with the big mechanical arms.
Mm.
All right. So that'll bring us to starting off with kind of going through everyone that's stealthed right now. Alistair, what would you like to do?
What's the closest thing to me? Is it like a civilian or is it actually the construct?
It's the closest thing to you would be the mechanical construct, but in front of him is the kind of civilian peasant army that's been put together.
I stealthily walk up to one of the civilians and cast from my hand inflict wounds.
Okay. All right. Make a stealth check to stealth up.
Nope, they see me.
All right. You see they turn and point wooden spears at you.
Well, since they see me and I can't cast inflict wounds, I'm just going to go ahead and start swinging my astral arms at them.
Okay. Roll to hit. Are you swinging on the mech guy, or are you swinging on the peasants?
I'm swinging at the mech, and it's a
Okay.
24 to hit.
That'll hit. Damage.
8 damage.
Okay. You see it pound the mech guy back. A couple of screws go loose, and
Well, for
Looks
my
like-
set, do I
looks
get
like
a
he's still
second
ready to
attack,
go.
or is it just
yeah, it's your normal full action.
okay? Then I get a second attack, and I'm gonna use flurry of blows on this guy.
Okay.
22.
That'll hit.
Total of 3 damage.
Okay. So you kind of flurry bows of this mech guy, and you see that it's pretty well constructed. It's gonna take a little bit more to break it down, but you're definitely making progress.
Oh, you're a hefty one. I like that, Nifu.
Well, you're going to meet your match today,
Well, hopefully so.
and that'll bring us over to the next person's stealth, Sweetie. What would you like to do?
The vampiric individual. Is he standing around? Is anyone else standing around him, or is he just by himself?
Just by himself.
Ah,
There are 70 people in front of him, like going towards Mordecai and Aurora, but they're a decent ways ahead in front of him.
okay. But I have a clear line. How far away am I from
60 feet.
60
And
feet?
he and his back is turned towards you as well.
Lovely. In that case, hold on 1 second. I'm going to very discreetly, um, and very quietly, cast Summon Greater Demon.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm going to summon, I think, a Shadow Demon. Yes.
Okay.
Um,
See,
Shadow.
this demon sprouts from the shadows, and you see it's smoking and smoldering. There's a bit of fire mixed into it, and you see it's kind of just spread its claws out, and you hear him say, "It's time for Vamp to play."
Indeed.
No.
Indeed. Sweetie gently points to the vampire. Go after that one, please.
Okay.
I guess I'll hold my location. Yeah, and that's it then, I guess.
Okay. So you see that the shadow demon lunges at the vampiric-looking individual and swings with a fiery, smoky claw and tears right into him. And that is going to be tears right into him, and you see the scars, the spread, like the cuts along from the scratch, smolder and smoke. And that is going to be 27 damage total. And you hear him laugh. And that'll bring us up to Q5. You are still stealthed, and you're free to do whatever you'd like.
Okay. I get within 90 feet of East.
Yeah, easily.
Okay. he will say target acquired and cast Hunter's Mark on East.
That's amazing.
So that's my bonus action. Cast that. Okay. So, do I have advantage on all my attacks against him, or just the first one?
You have advantage on the first one.
Okay. I'm gonna do a sharpshooter shot to take a -5
Okay.
and then add 10 to the damage.
Okay.
That's a 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. That'll be 20 plus 2d6 damage. 23 damage for the first attack.
Okay.
And actually, I get to add an extra d8 to that attack. Ooh, another 8. So 31 damage.
All right.
And on just my first shot, I'm gonna action surge and do 1, 2, 3, 6 more.
Okay.
21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
2 hits. 13 to hit.
Miss.
27 to hit.
Hit.
So that's 3 out of 4. 14 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. 26 to hit.
Hit.
Okay, that's hold on, just make that was 6, right? 6 attacks.
Correct. That was 6 attacks.
Okay, 4 of which hit.
6. Correct.
Okay. So 22, 21, 18, 22, 21, 18, 24, 6, plus 34. See, yeah. So, let me add up all that in a calculator. Sorry about this.
You don't have to worry about differencing for damaging types.
Okay. 18 plus 24 plus 34. 119 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Impressive, my darling.
Goodbye.
And very specifically, I aim to incapacitate but not kill him.
Yeah, you absolutely fire off a total of what, 7 shots this time?
6.
Because you fired that first shot too.
Yo.
Oh,
So it'd be a total of 7.
yeah, at the first, yeah, 7. Because on the first round of combat, I get 1 extra attack.
Yeah, so they fire 7 shots into East, and you see him kind of turn around, get all of those into his side, as you see him pouring blood off of it, and he scoots himself behind cover, and you hear the clicking of his revolvers, as he's still alive but deadly hurt.
Impressive.
And that'll bring us to our next person who has stealthed, Motier.
So am I not, is, one moment. Am I not seeing, Dana and Starfall in this group here?
So no, the ones that see Damon Starfall is that'd be Nito saw the Furbolg, and now that you and Nito saw the Furbolg.
In the mech suit?
No,
Okay.
because Alistair saw them one in the mech suit.
All right. Sorry.
We don't know who's in the mech suit. I'm
Sorry if
assuming.
that contradicts what I said earlier.
No worries.
Metier and Nito, you both see the Furbolg.
Okay. I guess I use my movement to stealth my way behind him. Uh,
Okay.
with that 29. Stealth. I'm going to make my first attack with my rapier, but I'm also going to uh, spend a superiority die to do a trip attack.
Okay.
All right, that's a 28 to hit.
That'll
Oh
hit.
wait, I do it with advantage. Yeah. All right. The other one was a 21. All right. That's going to do 8 piercing damage, but this is also going to be
I got it. Just give me the individuals. 8 piercing.
Okay.
Next.
This is also a sneak attack because it's with advantage. 11 on sneak attack.
Got it.
I'm also going to expend a charge on my Blood Fury tattoo to do 4d6 necrotic damage. One moment. That's 15 damage.
Okay.
And since this is a trip attack, if the target is large or smaller, it must succeed at a strength saving throw. On a failure, I knock the target prone. That's a DC 18.
Okay. So strength or dex?
Strength.
Okay. That's a 6, but you're going to use legendary resistance to succeed instead.
All right, that's fine. I'm going to use my second attack, and also hit him with a rapier.
First, before that second attack, he's going to use his special ability, and he's going to, you hear him say, "Burn with light," and
Uncanny dodge.
you hear him rebuke. You can uncanny dodge. He teleports 30 feet away from you. You uncanny dodge. Do you take half, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be half of this in radiant damage. So 10 radiant, so 5 radiant damage.
Awesome. Would I still have movement to reach him again? I mean, I have
He's
90
30.
feet of movement.
Yeah, you can reach him again now.
Okay, all right. I get up to him and I say to him, "You've put your people in grave danger by doing this, by making a resistance. It is stupid of you to think that you wouldn't get any response." And I'd like to hit him again with my second attack. That's a
Okay.
30 to hit.
That'll hit.
Cool. 12 damage.
Got it.
And then I will expend another charge on my Blood Fury tattoo to do 4d6 necrotic damage. 19 damage. I also heal 19 too because of the tattoo. Haha. Excellent. And then I'm going to do cunning action hide.
Okay.
28 stealth check.
Okay. All right, and that'll bring us up to Nito.
All right. Do I see my mentor? Do I see Alistair run up to the mech?
Yeah, you see Alistair engage the mech, and you see Motier engage the Furbolg.
How close is the mech to me?
From where you are, about 60 feet.
Perfect. I am also going to activate my tattoo, but this is my Eldritch Claw tattoo. And I'm going to. I have 55 feet of movement, so I'm going to get within 15 feet of the mech. And then I am going to punch it twice with once with each tentacle.
Okay.
All right. So first attack is a 30, and second attack is a 23.
Okay, those will both hit.
Great. So I got to do some calculations as well. That's 11.
You can give me the individual damage, and I can keep back over here.
Okay, so we're going to start off with 11 and 10.
Okay.
And then I get to add. Where's that stupid tattoo? Then 38 more damage.
Okay.
And then I also get. I get 2 more D. No, 1 more D8. 5 more damage. And then we're gonna make one of those a stunning strike.
Okay.
And then the other one, I'm going to use my Form of Dread ability that he has to make a Wisdom save DC 16 or be frightened. The Stunning Strike is a Constitution save, DC 16 as well.
One second. Okay. Wisdom saving throw?
Oh, it's I did the Stunning Strike first, so it's going to be a Constitution saving throw to avoid being stunned,
Okay.
and then a Wisdom saving throw to avoid being frightened.
24. There's a 24 for the Constitution saving throw.
Okay, that's definitely a pass.
All right, and Wisdom?
Yes.
That'll be an 11.
Okay, so frightened.
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
Okay. So that'll bring us all the way back to the beginning of now we're in initiative. So the mech suit, which for ease of purpose of description, is being piloted by Reese Cadigan.
Of fucking course.
What? Of course.
So is going to, in fear and terror of Nito, kind of turns and runs back towards the Furbolg, and that's going to be
Opportunity attacks?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going.
Where are you going?
From
Why are you
Alistair
running?
and Nito. Those are both at advantage too because he turned his back on you.
Nice. 30.
That'll hit.
All right. 15 plus
15.
7
Got it.
plus 4.
Okay.
For me, it was 22.
That'll hit.
Total of 20. Total of 10.
10 damage.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And you see him scramble away, and the armor looks to be maintaining its structure pretty well. It doesn't look to have taken too much of a beating. And that'll bring us up to Mordecai. You're up.
Awesome. I'm actually going to keep my distance a little bit, and I'm just gonna have my dagger ready to attack if someone comes close to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to command my glorious draconic spirit to go up and attack. You said that there were
There are about 70 guards, commoners wielding wooden spears and wooden shields that are coming towards you in formation.
okay. Then it's gonna get up to the front line and it's gonna use rend.
Okay.
Uh, da, 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 da. Now I have, well, this one wouldn't matter. When it says melee weapon attack, your spell attack modifier to hit. So I would do a d20 plus my spell attack
Yes.
modifier. Okay.
Right.
Plus my spell attack modifier. That's going to be a 26 to hit
That'll hit.
on one of the poor civilians.
Yes, that'll hit.
Love it. And 1d6 plus 4, so 7 plus 5. So that's 12 damage there, and then it's gonna hit.
That's one dead.
Perfect. Just gonna use rend on another thing.
Okay.
Oh, dang. That makes 13.
That'll hit.
Oh, nice. Four plus 4 is 8, plus 5 is 13 to that one.
That one's dead, long dead, gone.
Love it. I might be reading that wrong. Anyways, it's dead. And then it's gonna use its breath weapon. So I picked it for acid.
Okay.
30-foot cone. Each creature in the area has to do a dexterity saving throw.
Okay,
Nice.
so that'll be literally half of the front line. Actually half of the formation, because it's a cone.
Yes, that's fine.
Do they take
Alright,
half damage on
so-
a success?
Yes. Now here's the glory. Spell save DC is 25.
Oh my
What's the is it dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna roll for in groups of just in the formation. So like that's failure, 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 and failure.
Love it.
So yeah,
Melty people.
roll me damage.
2d6 acid damage, which will be great. That's 9 acid damage.
Yeah, so the entire right half of the formation just melts.
Beauty.
You hear a golf clap behind you.
Is the exact sound I make as I look over my shoulder, really proud of myself. That's my turn.
All right. Hold on. I have to add in all the damage to every single one. It's in.
Jeez Louise.
Except I think I was reading this wrong. I might not have hit the first guy. Or the second guy. Anyways.
You probably hit the second guy. Don't
Well,
worry.
yeah, but like on D&D Beyond and my spells thing, there's a modifier and then a plus whatever spell attack. What's the difference?
The modifier is like
So,
just your ability.
Where it says my spell attack modifier, that's the spell attack one, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's my modifier do then?
That's just for like if you roll for counter spell or something.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
okay, cool. That's half of those. Okay. All right.
Easy.
That'll bring us up to Alistair. You're up.
So the mech still got its back to me, correct?
Correct. Correct. It does. And there's also the 30 commoners that are right there as well.
Oh, I start laughing and pull out my bright red, jagged red sword and dive in to the civilians and just start swinging.
Okay. For just so you guys know, fun little add-on. When it comes to dealing lots of damage with sword attacks, I use the transitive method of where if you deal a fuck ton of damage to one person in a group, it's going to apply what was the remainder of the damage to the person next to them.
Oh, cleaving.
I love that.
Well,
Love
I just
that.
rolled a 25 for the first strike.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Total of 5 damage.
All right, you cleave right into the first one, cut him straight in half.
You're next! And I swing at the next person.
All right, roll to hit.
20.
That'll hit. Damage.
7.
You cut him right in half as well.
Blood, ready to bathe in it. Boy, go after him. He's frightened of you. It'll be hilarious. Or you can join in the bloodbath. Either way, it's fine.
Yes, sir. I'll keep right on his tail.
And that'll bring us to Mr. Rose.
Ooh.
Don't do
Um,
that.
He's a good guy
who
this time.
you see him, he yells at the formation, "Get back!" And he dashes through directly at you, Mordecai.
Mhm.
And you see him grab from behind him, pull his from his cane, pulls a gun, and
Well,
points it
that's
directly at your face.
not expected. Okay. Is I guess a question. If I readied my attack for if someone got close enough, is he getting close enough to me?
No, he's not that
Okay.
close.
Fine.
Yeah, he's about 50 feet away from you.
Rude.
Is the demon that was attacking him, was that left behind?
Yes, it is still left behind. And he does because he does have the specific dash and disengage action that rogues get. He's able to disengage without opportunity attack.
Ah,
Yeah. And that is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yes.
All right. And you see a fiery shot comes from the gun, and that is going to be 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh. I have bonuses on that. 19.
That is a success. So you take half this. That is going to be half of 28, so 14 fire damage.
Rude.
And you see him quickly reload and fire again. That is going to be a 13 to hit.
Yep.
And fires once more, and that's going to be 15 piercing damage. And I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
15.
That's a failure, as you're going to take 22 force damage.
Okay.
Right? And at this point, he uses the. Let's see, make sure. Yeah, so he's going to use the last of his attacks to use this one. As he reaches out his left hand, points, and you see black smoky vapor leave his fingertips. And that is a 25 to hit.
Can I cast Counterspell? I know that it'll interrupt my dragon, but cast
It
Counterspell.
won't.
Won't it? My dragon is
No.
a
You
concentration.
can cast
isn't it?
other
No,
spells,
you
just not spells that are concentration based.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Cool. Yeah,
And you can
Counterspell.
counterspell this.
Oh. Do I know what level of spell it's casting?
No.
No, that's rude.
No. So what level of counterspell are you casting?
I'm gonna use 4th.
You see the smoky vapor just disappear in his hands as he panics a little bit.
Cool.
And that'll bring us to Sweetie. You're up.
Just to get this started, I order my wonderful demon, sweetie, to continue attacking the same person, and to pursue.
Yeah, sure thing. And it starts dashing towards.
Thank you. Do I see any villagers with their backs to me, or is it just
Oh yeah, there's
mm,
the villagers are all kind of just scattering around everywhere.
great. In that case, I have the ability. Am I still in stealth or not yet? Not anymore.
Yeah, no one's noticed you yet.
I stealthily I remain in the shadows and I walk 20 feet while still remaining in the shadows, keeping Mr. Rose firmly in my sights.
Okay.
Um,
Make stealth check. At advantage because everyone else is busy right now.
31.
Yet no one has even noticed that you're here yet.
Lovely. In that case, to Mr. Rose's back, who cannot see me, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. That's going to be an attack with advantage.
Not 11.
That'll miss. You see the Eldritch Blast kind of just whirs right over Mr. Rose's head.
The other two I roll separately for each of the beams, so each of the beams gets the advantage. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll try with the second beam then. Nat 20 on the second beam, actually.
That'll hit. Yep.
4 damage. That one.
Okay.
And then I also direct the third beam to also hit Mr. Rose.
Okay.
21.
That'll hit.
One second. That one did 8 damage.
Okay. You do anything else with your turn?
I know I'm in stealth, but still I take the hide action as a bonus, which I can do to further hide.
Okay.
Terrifying.
All right. So you blast him twice, one wildly miss, and disappear once again. And that'll bring us to Danon. So Danon sees you, Routier, and is going to.
Does he? I'm hidden
reach-
right now.
No, he sees you.
Okay.
You see his eyes are like this pure white color, and he definitely is not even remotely unsure of where you are. As
All right.
you feel like there's something arcane that is causing him being able to see everything around him.
Well,
Uh,
fair's fair, I suppose.
and you see him reach out his hands, and white spears form in the air and launch at you.
Can I see
that is-
him?
You can.
All right. Uncanny dodge.
Okay.
That does spend your reaction. Has it come up to your turn yet?
It would be because we have a right. That it would be my reaction. This is a whole new round.
No, but you have to act again in order for your reaction.
Well, damn.
Yeah. So that's a DC 22 dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity? Oh,
Correct.
okay. 23.
All right. So you're gonna take half damage.
You have evasion?
I don't believe I do.
Oh.
Rip.
That would be a feat, wouldn't it?
No, it's something you get at the 7th level
class.
of rogue.
So you take a total.
Oh, I do. I am 7th level rogue. Okay.
You take a total of 38 radiant damage.
I do have. Oh, I succeed. Yeah, I do have evasion, and I succeeded. So
you take no damage.
it's like no damage.
So the radiant charge just go shooting past you as you're able to nimbly just dodge all the way through it. And then he launches once more a singular long white shard. This is going to be a melee attack, not a ranged attack. So you see him kind of like push it towards you, like fully controlled all the way through. And that is a total of 25 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So you're going to take 6 piercing damage and 9 radiant damage.
All
The
right.
light will correct your grievous mistakes.
Mistakes.
And
You
that'll
have a
bring us
very
to 5.
naive way of thinking.
And that'll bring us to Q5.
U5, let's go.
Q
Big fan.
Q5 will begin walking towards where he saw East duck for cover. Just kind of slowly walking. There's like a bunch of peasants that he could shoot at, right?
Yeah, there is. There's plenty of them.
I suppose I might as well pick a few off while I'm waiting. And he will just fire 3 shots on the crowd.
Okay. Roll to hit.
19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Doing sharpshooter for all these. Another 19 to hit.
Okay. That'll hit.
And an 11 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, wow. So let's see. 19 damage, and then another 19 damage, and then 24 damage, and then let me add the d6s from the lightning weapon. 11. So 19 times 2 plus 24 plus 11. 73 damage to the crowd.
So you kind of like lean a little bit to the right just to line up a shot, and you fire one shot, and you see it go 1, 2, 3, 4 through 4 separate heads as they all kind of drop before the bullet stops in its path.
And
lean over to the left this time. Fire another shot as you're still walking.
yeah,
and another 1, 2, 3 more heads just implode with the impact, electricity kind of arcing from the now headless body. And then your final shot, you kind of just lean back a little bit, and one that's trying to climb up a ladder to get to a bow and stash of arrows right through the back of the head.
and as he's doing this insane slaughter, he just calls out loud to East, "I don't know why you're even bothering with all this. Don't you realize that we're all just bad copies of real people? Not just me, I mean all of you. Everything in this pathetic, knockoff universe. So why fight? Why not just roll over and die?" And he will stop. Or, yeah, he'll keep walking towards East, but end his turn.
All right. Then that'll bring us to Motier.
All right. Is it still within the 10 minutes of that spell?
It is.
Or it is? Awesome. All right. How much movement would it take to get to this Furbolg?
So about 70 feet of movement.
Great. I'm gonna use 70 feet of movement. Um uh uh all right. Sorry, I really should have thought about this. Um I'm going to make an attack with my rapier.
Okay.
25 to hit. Or well, no, he can see me, so it wouldn't be an advantage. That's gonna be 13 damage. I'm also going to expend a superiority die to do a precision attack.
Okay.
Before or after the roll. So that would be a D8. Yeah. another 3. Then I'm going to take my second attack to attack with my other rapier. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Excellent. 6 piercing damage. And then bonus action, going to deal another attack. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Excellent. That's 8 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna action surge. Again. 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Wonderful. 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to expend a charge for the Bloody Fury tattoo to do 4d6 necrotic damage for that last attack for a total of 13 damage.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That'll bring us to East, who leans out from the box that he was behind and fires into Q5's chest. So, starting off. See, he's got. I'm just gonna lay all 4 into
Yeah.
Quincy. So that's gonna be first attack is a 16.
Miss.
Second attack is a. Where'd it go? 23.
That hits.
All right. Third attack is 16.
Miss.
And fourth attack is 18.
Miss.
Okay, so 2 hits, right?
One
hit, 2
hit.
hits. 1 hit. 1 hit.
You can go ahead and have 2.
And he's going to action surge to get 2 more.
Okay.
That is going to be 12
Miss.
and 22.
That hits.
All right, so he does get 2 hits. And that is going to be first. Oh no, not that one. The first attack is going to be 16 piercing.
Okay.
And 7 fire damage.
Okay.
And the second hit is going to be 13 piercing
Okay.
and 11 cold damage. As lays all 6 of his shots into you, and you can see that he's got multiple just bullet wounds. He's bleeding out. He wasn't even able to get up off the ground. He just leaned over.
If it makes you feel any better, I'll wait to kill you. There's a few things I want to say while I'm allowed, and the mission's officially over when you're dead.
He's spitting up blood, trying to reload as you're talking. And that'll bring us up to Nito.
I'm just gonna run down Mr. Cadigan.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay 20 feet away from him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let's just start off with two attacks for right now. We'll see later.
Okay.
First attack is a 23, and second one's a 23.
Those will both hit.
Dope. Okay, so that's 8 damage, and then 9 damage, and then 16 more damage.
Okay.
All of which is force damage, by the way.
Yep.
And then you know what? Let's spend a key point and do flurry of blows and get 2 more attacks.
Okay.
It's a 22
That'll hit.
and a 15.
That'll miss.
All right. 12 more damage.
Okay. You
And-
kind of just laying into this thing, and the bolts and springs are starting to come off. As you can see, it's starting to fall apart now.
I just look at him like, did you really think that you could defy the Empire and live?
Thought I could die trying.
Well, you're going to die, all right. Try, well, if you consider this an attempt, well, that's just sad.
And that'll bring us to Aurora, who is currently just sipping a glass of tea. And she kind of looks over at you, Mordecai. Need help?
Could, a little life energy wouldn't be too bad, but I think I can handle this guy.
No. Okay. And you see her flick her hand as a bolt of lightning hits one of the first of the civilians and just streaks across each one of their heads as chain lightning just surrounds. And just you see all the rest of the civilians in that formation, all their heads just pop each time a lightning bolt hit arcs from one to the other.
Mm,
The big one's yours.
thanks.
And that'll bring us to the Shadow Demon.
My audio
going to-
cut out for like the last 15 seconds. Did I miss anything?
No, I think you're
As
good.
the recording.
Okay,
still
sorry
says?
about that.
Let me double check.
Can we stop jinxing the recording?
I just want to check.
Recording's
Okay.
fine.
No, fair enough. But yeah.
Quincy's just really in character right now. He wants to make sure everything's.
Make
Uh,
sure everything
yeah.
is as efficient as possible.
That's going to be a miss, and the second one, that's a hit.
You know, like, in all fairness, the one time we don't check the recording is when it's going to go bad. So
Yeah.
fair enough.
So the Shadow Demon Vance kind of tears into the back of Mr. Rose, and this claw marks just leave these smoldering black, like, and kind of sparks of like embers in the back of Mr. Rose's body, and that'll bring us to back up top to back up top to where we at. All right, there we are. back up top to Reese Cadigan, who is going to see Nito. He gets to make another saving throw against the.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. It's a nat 20.
That's a fail.
Oh, okay.
You don't understand,
Very
DM.
well.
I have a laser-proof armor, so he can't hit me.
Yeah. You don't understand. I have right here on my character sheet some bullshit.
Mhm, mhm.
Does it actually say some bullshit in a British accent?
Some bullshit.
And you hear him say, "Ah, here's to dying trying," and he's going to try to punch you right in the face. That is going to be the
He's gonna
first
close.
one.
All right, he's gonna close the
Is
distance. What a surprise!
I mean, he's got 120 movement speed in the mech.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's a 27 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And so that's going to be the first hit is going to be a total of 21 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And then he comes in with the right hook off of that, and that's the second hit. It's going to be 24 to hit.
Oh yeah.
All right. And it's going to be another 17 bludgeoning damage. He comes in with the right hook. And that'll be the end of his turn.
Nero gets like a
Mordecai's up.
small cut on his cheek and just wipes it away with his thumb. Kind of just looks at him and laughs a little bit. Well, you're
That'll-
certainly going to die.
Well, can't blame a guy for trying.
Oh, but we're going to.
Mordecai, you're up.
Cool. I've got questions. Uh, I sent you a DM with a question about my Ring of the Vampire, and I think this might be some homebrew type up stuff. It was just in the items I could pick from. But Life Leecher, when wearing this ring, all damage dealt by the wearer or any other source that's attuned to the caster heals the wearer's constitution modifier up to double their max. So I can only heal 3 each time from that.
Correct.
And that's for each time I deal damage?
Correct.
Cool. I am going to. How far away from me is the man who ruined my pretty face?
About 50 feet.
50. That's
Mhm.
rude. Okay. I'm going to then do something else.
You still have your movement speed too.
Yeah, but I only have 30 feet of movement. But he's
Fair.
50 feet away. Therein lies my problem. Is that I wish to be right there. You know what? Let's do that for now, I guess. I'm gonna move my 30 feet up, and then I am going to cast Blight at 4th level against the guy.
Okay.
Slot. It has to make a saving. Oh, that's a plant creature. Target must make Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And
That is.
needs to be 28.
It's a 15. So.
That's not gonna get there. 8d8 necrotic damage is going to give me. If I actually click the button. Oof, that was fun. 34 plus 3 because of my ring. So 37 necrotic damage. And I guess I'll heal 3.
Okay. Are your draconic spirits attacking as well?
Yes, it is. And I realized also that I pick a damage resistance not for like one specific one, but for a group. Which is
Okay.
the chromatic and metallic. But yeah, it's gonna come up and it's gonna sort of flank Mr. Rose, not go right behind him, so kitty corner to me, and do its 2 rend attacks.
Okay. It has advantage.
Love it. 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've made too many. Hold on. Okay, first attack with advantage, I get 10 plus 11, 21 for that first attack.
That'll
Sorry,
hit.
I know I rolled. And I'm just gonna roll the other rend attack at the same time. Gonna be a 7 plus 11, 18.
That'll hit.
Cool. D6 plus 4, so 3d6. 18 plus 4 is 26 damage from that.
Okay.
And then it's going to use its breath weapon. I hope that I'm out of the way if I'm kitty corner.
Yeah, you are.
Cool. Dexterity saving throw of 25.
That'll be a 20.
Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna keep it with acid because I like acid damage.
Okay.
7 acid damage.
Okay. All right.
And that's
Is that the
that.
end of your turn?
Yeah,
All
it is.
right.
Oh, I guess I'm
Alistair, you're
still
up.
like 20 feet away.
So
Kitty corner is
apparently,
fine.
I didn't know my hellfire sword consumed the souls that it killed. But it's in my right hand, and I'm kind of giggling. And for my first action, I grab the closest person with my hand and cast inflict wounds right on their face.
Okay. Roll to hit. So roll to hit, right?
Yes, does 12 hit?
That'll hit.
Total of 23 damage.
The head just pops right behind your hand.
And I swing my sword at the next person, going, "Your soul's gonna be added."
All right, roll to hit.
21.
That'll hit.
6 damage.
That'll cleave the next one right in half, right down the center.
As I cleave it, you can see what looks like wisps leaving the body into the sword, and I'm just laughing.
And that'll bring us up to our next person, Mr. Rose. He's like, "You've all been deceived, lied to. It's not too late to give up." That's going to be a 25 to hit on you, Mordecai.
Yeah, that hits. Couldn't have rolled the 25 to save himself. To hit me, sure.
That'll be 9 piercing.
Okay.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
What? It's so balanced on the middle between 2. I got 10.
All right. That's going to be
I argue that it should have been
21 fire
24.
damage.
Nice. Now, because I read my dragon correctly, I actually have resistance to fire.
Okay.
So I take half of that, right?
Correct.
That would be 10 then, right? Rounded down?
Correct. Yep.
Wonderful.
Fires again, and that'll be a 27 to hit.
That hits. I'm gonna die, just so we all know. It's gonna be great.
That'll be 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And Constitution saving throw.
Maybe walking through the front door wasn't the best idea.
Okay, look, I have no armor, okay? 14.
And that'll be so that'll be 28 force damage.
Alright, I'm down. My dragon goes poof.
Okay.
Because my spell is ended.
So Mr. Rose turns and sees everything else is going on and is going to immediately attack the closest person from the enemies, which based off of that would be Alistair with the last attack. So that'll be Alistair, that's a 24 to hit.
It hits.
The black smoke leaves Mr. Rose's hand and turns into a blade flying through the sky. And that'll be
Reaction, counterspell.
what level spell?
4.
All right, you see it fizzle out in his hand. He's like, again?
Oh, that was interesting. That would have been an entertaining time to be hit by that. I don't know what it was, but that would have been fun.
I don't think that spell works.
Q5 calls out, performance issues are common in men your age.
Oh, that was unnecessary.
You know they have a pill for that.
Sweetie quietly is smirking from the corner without being seen. Just nodding.
So it's your turn up, sweetie.
Grand. Time for the fun, I think, my children. Alright. I will use action search at first. Since I can do this. Let me just check that on my list. Hang on 1 second. And as a sweetie, I first how close am I to Mr. Rose at this point?
Right now about 70 feet.
Drat. So I assume I'm not close enough to I assume I'm also that same distance from Mordecai, yes?
Yes.
Either way. Alright, I'm going to use the ability of the sword I have, Black Berserker, to summon another minion. It doesn't require concentration, so it doesn't interfere with our lovely demon over here.
Okay.
So I take 1d10 plus 5 damage, I guess. So let me roll. I guess roll a d10.
Correct.
Okay. 10 damage. Lovely. I summon the wolf. Yes. I summon a hound, 30 feet in front of me, closer to Mr. Rose.
Okay. So you summon, it comes out of the ground black and ichory and dripping goo next to him. You guys see this like wolf-like creature made out of this ichor stuff.
And that was a bonus action. I still have movement and 2 actions. So while still remaining in stealth, attempt to approach 20 feet closer.
All right, roll stealth.
Would that be with advantage?
No, just regular stealth.
25.
All right, yeah, you're still stealth.
All right. With my first action, I cast Eldritch Blast at Mr. Rose, who I assume does not see me at this point.
Yes, correct.
So is that with advantage then? The actual casting?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Uh, 22.
That'll hit.
For the first one, 7.
Okay.
All 3 beams count separately, so I use the second beam also on Mr. Rose.
Okay.
Second beam is 23.
That'll hit.
Damage on that one, 6. And I also use the third beam on Mr. Rose.
Okay.
21.
That'll hit.
4.
Okay.
And I guess I will also. Can I see the mech suit, or is that on another part of town? Too far
Now
away?
that's kind of a little bit further away.
In that case, I'll cast Eldritch Blast for my second and final action. I will once more.
Okay, you can't cast a second spell in the same action.
Oh, right, that makes more sense.
Yeah, there are some instances where you can. In
That's some
Vittoria,
sorcerer
but
shit.
yeah, there are some instances in Vittoria where you can, like when you're in the, certain weird, wonky planes, but not on the normal material plane.
In that case, yeah, I do have a dagger, so I will attempt to throw the dagger at the back of Mr. Rose's neck.
Okay, roll to hit.
That's advantage as well, yes.
Yes.
17.
Okay, that'll miss. However, I would like to point out, I wasn't going to say anything, but I would like to point out that you do have sneak attack, and you've had advantage on all of your attacks, which means you should have been adding your sneak attack damage to everything.
Sneak attack
Including
doesn't
the
apply to
damage.
I thought-
spells.
I thought it was just finesse weapons.
Is it only
Finesse
finesse
or
weapons?
ranged.
Yeah, I thought it was only.
weapons.
Oh,
I thought it was
yeah,
only finesse weapons too.
yeah, it's only finesse weapon, so it should apply to the one I just did, to the dagger, and that's about it. So
If you hit.
which only if I
For
hit,
ranged weapons, it
Well,
also
let me-
applies to, but
Oh, which this what I was using as a range, so 17 plus what modifier, please?
The attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon.
This was a
Yeah.
finesse. Yeah, daggers are finesse.
it doesn't
weapons,
add anything to the actual to hit. It just adds more damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was more asking whether or not a ranged spell attack counts as
No.
a ranged weapon.
Not specifically. No.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does not.
Unfortunately, no.
That'd be nice. Hint, hint. We should create a class that has.
I would
that,
imagine
maybe.
that would be like a magic item that would allow that. Probably is how I would probably add it.
Yeah, that'd be a cool homebrew thing to
For
have.
an arcane trickster.
All right. Yeah.
Oh,
so-
yeah, that's perfect.
So that'll bring us next to Dane and Starfall, who is going to see here. See him launch a big radiant wave of energy out from himself. And let's see, that's going to be Motier, Nito, and Alistair all have to make Constitution saving throws.
Ooh.
17 for Nito.
Also 17.
All right.
Natural 20 for a total of 23.
All right, so
Nice.
Alistair's the only one that succeeds.
Oh.
Alistair, you're going to take half damage on this. Let's see. That's going to be 89 damage radiant.
Wait. I've had my turn since then, right? So I can I see this attacker?
So it's not. This is the fun thing. So yeah, this is gonna be a spell-like effect. Yeah. So yeah, you can.
All right, then I'll uncanny dodge.
Okay, so that's half of it. So take 45. Yeah, 44.
So do I take 44 as well?
You take 44 as well, Alistair. Nito, you're taking 89 radiant damage.
All right. I'm hurt, but I'm still up.
All right. Is anyone downed by that?
No, I'm
No,
very
I'm good.
comfortably, yeah.
Okay. All right. And then he's going to use his next action to cast, because that's a spell like effect, so you can still cast a spell. So you go to cast a spell directly at Ys, and a shimmering white barrier springs around Ys. And that'll be the end of his turn. So that brings us to Q5.
Okay. How far am I away from Aurora?
So Aurora is about 120 feet to your right in the center of the town, still sitting in her
Perfect.
chair.
I will, Q5, seeing this barrier over his target, knowing logically that he obviously has to wait for this barrier to drop before he can commence. He reaches his hand into his pocket and pulls out. The ring is actually already on his finger. And he is going to use the first of his 3 wishes. And he's going to say, "I wish I didn't have to obey any will other than my own."
Yes, yes, yes. Hell yeah.
And that'll be how I use my first wish.
You disappear with a pop.
What?
Say goodbye.
I had 2 more
Bye-bye.
wishes to use!
That's my boy.
I was
That's
gonna
my
wish
boy.
for Aurora not to
Boy.
exist because I've always hated her!
Father help.
Honestly,
Goodbye,
yeah. I'm
goodbye,
only paid to
darling.
be here.
Goodbye,
I
And
don't
darling.
care for
we will
anyone.
we will get back to Q5 later.
Look, it's Pinocchio.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
And that'll bring us up to that'll bring us up to Motier.
All right. How close I am to this purple guy, and like, how hurt is he looking?
Uh he's looking okay. I mean, he definitely hurt, but he looks like he's still got some fight left in him.
Okay.
Um
Okay.
and you are right now currently about 60 feet away.
All right. Excellent. Is that spell still up on me?
Yes.
Oh,
So
excellent. So with my 90 feet of movement,
Mhm.
um, I'm going to walk up to him. Well, I guess I wouldn't be walking if it was 90 feet of movement in 6 seconds. That, oof, yeah.
It's a brisk saunter.
It's a brisk saunter at the very least. I think I'll go up to him and I'll look him in the eye and say, "Give me one good reason, just one, why I should not decapitate your head off your body. Keep in mind, I'm being paid to be here, so the good reason can also be money."
It'll be hard to find work when conflict is over.
Oh.
I think you underestimate the desires of any man with power, including yourself. I'm not trying to say that you would wish others dead once the empire has fallen, but I mean, clearly on a basic fundamental level, you wish us dead, otherwise, you wouldn't be fighting us. So, fight is in your soul.
You came in this village and you slaughtered men, women, and children without a word.
I did?
You all.
The only person I have attacked is you. I recognize greatness when I see it. I was not paid to kill these women and children. I was paid to kill the 3 generals who lead this town, and one of them is you.
Pull them off then.
What was that?
The 3 of us will go with you if you leave the rest of the village alone.
I think that can be amenable. And I would like to mentally, in our little group chat, go, we have an opportunity and a chance to get the 3 most powerful people out of this village, and alone. They will have no numbers, and we can raise the village afterwards. It'll be just them versus all of us.
Sounds like a fun way to spend an afternoon.
I'm down for whatever.
Shall I leave the wonderful demons to help us, or shall I dismiss them?
And you summon them again. We have to make this as believable as possible.
One of them I can. The other would require rest for me to summon again.
All right. Whatever you can summon again, we will. And I would like to turn to this wizard. We are willing to leave your peaceful town alone if you follow us. I will be truthfully and honest. We did not come here to kill you all. We came to discourage you from trying to have an uprising. Was killing the method? Yes, but that was not the goal. The goal was to dismiss these feelings of insurrection. But discussion and talk, it may bring us to an agreement.
Hold them off, and we'll go with you. And you see him obviously communicating with his generals, and they all stop fighting and start moving towards.
And I motion towards Mordecai, like mentally I tell Mordecai, call everyone off.
Mordecai's
We have an
unconscious.
opportunity to get them alone.
Mordecai's
Oh,
unconscious.
Mordecai is
I am
unconscious.
Mordecai's
All right.
down. The ground,
I completely
just like
forgot.
that.
Mordecai is long unconscious, darling. I
Okay.
can fix this though. I will
Okay.
see in a moment.
Motion to
Then
Mordecai.
I talk to Aurora. We have a chance to get the 3 of them alone, to split them up from their beloved town. I suggest that we take that. They are stopping fighting currently.
All right. Take them.
All right.
You see me stop in mid swing.
Well, as long as they call off the villagers and tell them that we're leaving, I won't kill the next one.
That's exactly what we're doing, and I say that mentally. We will escort you out of town.
I was just having fun too. And Nito will drop
You can play
both
with the
his
next
form
one.
of. He'll drop both the form of dread and his astral visage, and
I
Just
do the same. Just
head
stop
down,
once
just
before.
walk out of town, and just
All
point
right.
back at the mech. You're fucking lucky.
Sweetie,
He's coming with us.
No, the mech isn't.
The
Reese
dude
wasn't.
in the mech's coming with us.
No, Reese wasn't one of the 3, was
No.
he?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
It's just the 3
not part of
generals.
the deal.
yeah. It's
Ah.
yeah.
All right. So I guess we escort them out of town and towards a neutral ground.
as we leave, as we make to leave, I approach unconscious Mordecai and cast Spare the Dying to stabilize.
What does that do
Alright.
again? That puts me to 1,
It's-
stabilizes me or something?
You're still at 0, you just don't roll death saves. So you're still
Oh, okay.
unconscious,
Fuck
but
yeah!
you won't die.
Yeah, I'm not dying.
You'll
I'm
regain
just,
1 hit point and consciousness in
That-
1d4 hours. So you could roll a d4 and
Oh,
see
okay.
how long that'll take.
Yeah, that's fine.
Kind of looks up, says, Nito, come here, please.
Yes, right away.
All right, just stand there real quick. And she reaches and touches your chest, and
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
You feel blood get pulled out of your skin through your chest, and she's going to. That's going to be eight necrotic damage, and you're restored for 8 hit points, Mordecai.
Yeah. 8.
Thank you.
8
Thank
hit points.
You.
Oh, I never
Kid,
get used to
kid,
that. I
kid,
never
you're
get used to
young.
that.
Trust me, you never get used to it.
I'm gonna stand up, and I am pissed when I stand up.
They surrendered. They're coming with
And I
us.
We should tie them up. We should tie them up though, so they don't pull
No.
any business.
Hello,
Part
at
of
least-
the deal when it comes to negotiations is that you go to a neutral ground. Tying them up is
Now-
negging on our deal.
Mordecai sort of like pulls whatever necrotic energy back into her hands, and she just like takes a deep breath, lets it go, looks at the generals that are from the other side, and says, "You are surrendering, right?"
That is correct. We are. Just leave the village out of this,
Fair.
and we'll go with you.
No need to tie them up then, guys.
Nope.
Let's try and be civil.
Civility is in my middle name.
Is it actually?
It
I don't-
is.
I don't have one.
Civilite.
Has anyone noticed the robots gone missing?
He has, but I'm sure he can deal with that himself.
We'll find Wigan later. If not, there'll be a 6th one.
There will be.
I'm sure they're already working on it.
Can we leave now, please? Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
You will blow a gasket at that repair bill to complete.
Yes, he will.
And the previous times he at least had some of a body to work with, and now nothing. That's like, we have to work from the ground up. That's going to be way more expensive.
Yup.
See, Aurora waves her hands and a gate appears. All right, through. Let's go.
I want to mentally chat with Aurora. The goal of this was to have a nice long walk back to the wyverns where we could slaughter them without their support and by their surprise, so that we could, in fact, return the heads back
There
to
are
their
no more
Imperial
wyverns.
Majesty.
The gate isn't too Frosthelm. No worry.
Oh, all right. Well, and then go through.
Yeah, Mordecai just like is sort of like a whole rubbing her hand over her chest where there's bullet wounds, and it's just like, oh, fucking hell, and steps through the gate.
Um,
I
The rest
wait
of y'all-
till the generals go through before
Same here.
I
Alright.
go through.
Sweetie remains stealthy this whole time, and also does that.
so, sweetie, I want you to give me a perception check.
17.
Okay. You see, Aurora on her right hand, kind of slightly to her side and behind her back, make several weird hand gestures, and don't really think anything of it, but you definitely see that happen.
I'm gonna die.
As she then,
Um,
as she then walks through
my
the gate.
passive perception is 21. Would I also see this?
Oh yeah. You would also see the fact that she made the hand signal and about 14 small yellow dots appeared in the sky.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Oh, that's great.
Very good.
Are we able to take a short rest as we walk out of town with the three generals?
No, we're walking through the gate. There's no
We're
short
going through
rest.
the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to help. Sweetie says, sighing.
All right. Let us go. And she walks through the gate.
I'm on the other side of the gate waiting for everybody to come through. Looks like everybody's present.
And you guys reach in the middle of the ruins of Avandra. There's a completely desolate wirewood tree, ruined buildings, broken down homes. There's people living under the rubble in rags. And then Aurora kind of sits back into a black acre chair and sprouts a black, looks like an anvil with a box underneath it. Well, who would like the honors?
Mordecai.
Oh, and before any of you
You,
get any
you
funny
definitely
ideas,
deserve it.
I
Well,
laid out a contingency. Should
there's
any of you, should any of you get the idea that to run or to not accept your fate as executed, the contingency spell that I had tethered to 14 delayed blast fireballs around your town, hamlet. What was whatever.
Town is a strong word, my lady.
It is a strong word. A hamlet?
Well, should any of you decide to do anything stupid, I'm sure that 14 delayed blast fireballs, if my math is correct, Mordecai, is it that should level the hamlet? What's the word?
I'm
Right?
pretty sure it's gonna take out that whole half of the swamp, ma'am.
All right. Well, as
It
long
would
as we're
set
clear.
ablaze the
Although,
swamp
Well,
and all
if
of
we
its
want to
putrid
use
smell.
the sword, the Hellfire sword, it sucks their souls in, so there's no way of them coming back when they're dead.
I have a blade we may wish to use. It can even kill a god, they say. And who's to say what protection they have woven into themselves?
See, all three of them are being really quiet.
Do you
Well,
have anything to say?
But now, as
you all
much
have
as
fun.
as much as I do wish to behead this man, they did surrender to us to stop fighting the civilians. What were the other conditions agreed to upon while I was experiencing the near afterlife?
That we could perhaps talk things out. But as I'm sure they've all probably realized by now, that was a bold-faced lie.
Now,
They should have, but you didn't.
you may
And
deal in lies, but there is an honor on the battlefield. You said we could possibly talk it out.
yes, and I'm willing to hold that up.
Mordecai's gonna look over to the furball.
Furbolg.
Darn.
So
And
we will step back behind so that she's a small distance away from everyone.
and say, what is your offer of talking it out?
I'm not too sure that anything that I say is going to change the circumstances. of what is about to happen. But
Hmm.
if I do get a selection of final words, I wish to say this. And he starts chanting in Celestial. You
I would
see
like
Aurora.
to.
You see Aurora stand up quickly. What do you do, Gusei?
Would it be okay if I just shoved my rapier into his mouth?
Sure.
Cool. Love to do that.
All right. Roll to hit.
17.
All right. So you go to shove your rapier right into his mouth, and Mr. Rose shoves himself in between, catches the rapier in the back of his head, and falls off to the side.
I would.
As now, Danon is now shimmering white, and the aura is spreading.
Aurora, do something about
Is
this
he
and
still?
quickly.
Is he still chanting?
You see Aurora cast a spell, and that's going to be Michier, and yeah, that's going to be Michier and Mordecai who get trapped in there with them.
Oh well, shit.
I love
As
it.
all right, well, you can have your little explosion.
Can
What kind of explosion is
Mordecai's
it?
gonna die.
hold
Oh,
on.
it's about to be about 1,200-foot radiant explosion. Well, it would have been before I put this globe of invulnerability around it.
Could we somehow drop it in the mall?
Mm, no, I have a better idea. And she starts walking
And
the
I
globe towards the castle.
oh hold on. While I'm being moved in this globe, which
Mhm.
is great. Uh can I cast Finger of Death at Darn?
Yeah, Danon. Yeah, go ahead.
Danon, sorry.
Mhm.
So send negative energy coursing through the creature that you can see within range. Target must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So it has to make a Constitution of 28 because of my
Holy shit.
ring.
That is 22.
Okay. So they're going to take 7d8 plus 30 necrotic damage.
Roll it.
2, 3, 6, 7. It's fun rolling those. So 64 plus 3, 67
Holy,
necrotic damage.
holy jeez.
Jesus.
I'm gonna roll his saving throw to maintain concentration. That's a success.
Oh wow.
Damn it.
All right. Um, I would like to take an attack with my rapier again, but I would like to suspend a superiority die to. Oh,
I get 3 hit points. Yeah, boy.
Woo.
Because that's gonna help
T-
me.
right. Would going prone break concentration?
No.
No.
No. Would.
Oh,
Okay.
here's a question. This globe of whatever, can I teleport out of it?
In theory, potentially.
In theory.
Hey, it's worth a shot, okay? I have my next thing figured out then.
Could
All
I?
right. I will still make an attack. And do a trip attack by expending a superiority die.
Could I summon a creature inside that sphere without and that would count as empty space?
Um. Yeah.
Sorry, Pyrrha, yeah, you first.
Does a 20 hit?
That will hit. Yes.
All right. That's going to be 8 piercing damage, and I'm going to expend a superiority die to do a trip attack. He needs to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. That is 19.
That succeeds. I will expend another charge on the Blood Fury tattoo to do 4d6 necrotic damage. Love how it has 10 charges. Really work in my favor. That's 13 points of damage.
Okay. He's going to roll a saving throw to see if he maintains concentration. He does.
Great. I'm going to take my second attack.
Mhm.
Does a 27 hit?
Yep, that'll hit.
Awesome. Going to be 9 points of damage. Going to
Okay.
expend another charge on this tattoo. There are so many of them. That's 12 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Amazing. And then I'm going to use my bonus action, 2-weapon fighting, to do one more hit. 14 does not hit. So never mind. All right.
And you guys reach the center of the castle area. Aurora starts talking. Let all those who still live in here see what happens to those who cross the Empire.
Sweetie attempts to uses summon Shadow Spawn to summon a Shadow Spawn in immediate proximity to the three of them,
Okay.
and orders it as soon as it appears to attempt to attack the one chanting to stop his concentration that way.
Okay. It's gonna be. I can roll the hit for him over here. That's a miss. And Mordecai.
Okay. I'm going
What's
to.
East doing, by the way?
He's just like
He's
slowly
just sitting
dying.
there. Yeah, he's just sitting there.
They're just hanging out,
Yep.
Is he in the bubble
waiting
just
to
sitting
be
there watching the bleed
beheaded.
death?
I would like to use. Where the hell did it go? There it is. I'm gonna use my 5th level spell slot to use Steel Wind Strike.
Okay.
It says I can choose up to 5 creatures I can see, but I only want to attack the guy who's threatening to explode.
Okay.
Does a 27 hit?
That'll hit.
He's gonna take 40 force damage.
Okay.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
My lord.
I'm gonna
He
get
is looking really bad now.
beauty. And then oh, that's a bonus action.
That was a bonus action?
No, that's not a bonus action.
Oh,
Something
okay.
else.
The frick? Yeah, that would have been amazing.
You're like, holy fuck. Yeah, no.
Maybe I should have been a spellcaster. Hot damn.
Just as a bonus action, I can summon this bad boy, which is going to be go away. What level do I want to use it at? Because 5th level should be done now. Oop, I didn't mark that I used it at that. Okay. I'm gonna use a 4th level spell slot with a bonus action to summon my Shadow Blade.
Okay.
Cool. Because I don't
All
think I can attack with it yet.
No.
No. Okay.
And then Aurora drops the dome and casts Finger of Death
I love that spell.
as a black ichor-like substance shoots from her finger and pierces right into the head of Danon. He failed that Constitution saving throw.
Fuck yeah.
And just right to the head and drops to the floor.
Mm.
Holy.
Well,
is my-
the rest of you take care of the white one.
All right.
All right.
I swing my Hellfire sword straight down on the neck.
Alright. Roll to hit.
13.
That'll miss. You had an action ready with the or Mordecai, you had an action ready with you when you created the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, to hit fucking what's his name? Well, it was gonna be the explodey boy, but now can I hit
Mhm.
Mr. Rose instead?
Oh, Mr. Rose is dead. This is the.
Oh,
this
when
is
did he
East.
die?
Yes.
Oh, Ease. When did Mr. Rose die?
He
Right, you
took the
stabbed him in the
rapier.
back of the head.
Yeah, he
I
took the
tried-
rapier
yeah, I
shot.
tried to go
I still
for
have
the
one.
head. Still
Oh,
pain.
I know what we should do. Your sword
here.
and my sword swing at the same time to see if we can hit him.
I think
Sweet.
just one would be fine.
You know what? The Shadow Spirit.
Fine.
The Shadow. My Shadow Spirit can also help if we need that.
I might have something.
4th level Shadow Blade is gonna do. Okay. I just need to hit, and then I get an extra 3d8 damage. Cool. So it's a finesse weapon, so I'm just gonna roll the hit for my like dagger proficiency,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah, it'd be the same.
15.
That'll hit.
Cool. So you get, well, that's nice. 3 plus. Where the hell did I put it now? I have too many spells kicking around. I tell you what. 12. 15 damage.
Okay. And East is still up.
He's still kicking.
I use my
Sen-
second attack
Sensei,
to.
Sensei, can I try something?
Fine, go ahead.
I've been working on it. So I'm going to bonus action get my visage back up with my 2 tentacle arms, and I'm going to make an attack with each tentacle arm just around his neck and try to squeeze his neck to
Yeah,
pop
he's
his
like-
head off.
He's like on the floor using his forearm trying to get away from you all and just very slowly moving, like maybe a foot per turn.
Yeah,
as you do
I'm
this.
just trying to like just squeeze his neck. That's a 29
Oh my god.
and an
That'll
18 to
hit.
hit.
Okay.
Those will both hit.
That's 8 damage,
Mhm.
10 damage, and then 11 more damage.
How do you want to do this?
His head pops up.
So yeah, the tentacles just both tentacles just hit around his neck and they loop around his neck, and then I just squeeze until it just splits his neck and the head just.
Okay.
I go and retrieve the head and bring it back.
I mean, we can put them all on and Motier
That's the
just
idea.
hooks on the.
And I get to
Almost
heal for 18 of that
tied.
damage.
Oh, for one of them, you already have a hole.
Mordecai's gonna
Two
head
of them
back
have
to
a hole.
Mr. Rose and just start like sawing his head off.
As you're doing that, Aurora comes up to you, Mordecai,
Yes.
and she whispers like next to you. I wasn't going to let you die. I had to look strong. Sorry.
Tender
Sorry.
and sweet.
And she walks away.
I run up and I grab the head that I popped off, and I go over to Alistair. Like, Sensei, look, I did it! I did it!
You got one. Good.
Right, now put it on the hook, and Motier gestures to the hooks on her hips.
Oh shit! I'm not. Fuck.
Just give it to me.
Just
Yeah.
give it to her.
Yeah,
She'll
here you
take
go.
care of it.
Okay.
Good
All
job.
right. And I just like, with all the force that I can muster, just slam it onto the hook.
Oh, could you warn me about the spray next time, please? That
That's something you get used to.
it got in my eye.
Montier like takes
And
the spray on her face and licks it off of her hand.
I'm licking my hands and my fingers, just cleaning the bloods off. Trust me, it's not the worst thing that can get on you.
And she like loosens a piece of neck meat from Ys and like eats it.
So
What do you
you
mean?
see Aurora create the gate. Well, everyone ready to head back?
Mordecai's got Mr. Rose's head under her arm, and she sort of like points over to the
I-
Furbolg.
Furbolg?
I can't Furbolg. And says, "Someone get his head." And she just
All
like
right.
Oh, I have already
storms-
got it. And I'm holding it up.
and Mordecai just stomps past Aurora through the gate.
Efficient as always, Sensei.
I go through the gate as well.
I walk through the gate holding the head to my side.
I strut through as well.
And
So-
Aurora goes through.
Oh, did anybody ever see that robot?
No!
I'm
I've
sure
no idea
they'll
where
make
it
us
is.
fix the model.
He's probably back home.
Speedy also goes through, but still concentrating so that her shadow spawn is still with her.
And you all appear in the war room.
Is the Emperor there?
Yep, he's sitting in his chair. He's currently got some big old steak with some spinach and some cherry tomatoes.
Wonderful. Mordecai's gonna toss the
Well,
head
balanced dinner.
over onto over the table and just hoping to land on his plate of Mr. Rose.
Mortier also takes out
I'm
the head
still
of
holding
Geese
on
and
to the
places it in front of the Emperor's plate.
I carefully
the
set it with the
efficiency.
rest of them.
Yeah, that is what you get when you curry the favor of the Purell.
He gestures and the guards grab the heads off the table. You've done your Empire service.
And the Empire did its service back. I'm stepping down from General. And Mordecai just storms out of the war room. Like, pushing past Aurora with her shoulder pretty roughly.
Sweetie bows to the Emperor and then follows Mordecai.
The sea race will be at your call if you need us. My Emperor. And I leave.
Aye.
Your Imperial Majesty. Your robot went missing. We don't know where he is. He took out a ring and wished himself out of existence, I suppose. As for my payment, the Purell expects a check within the week. If not, well, I'm sure you can imagine what comes next. And Mortier bows respectfully and also leaves. Also, for clarification, I know that I said I was already paid. We get an advance, like half before and then half
That's
after.
standard.
It's standard. Yeah, it is a deposit. It's so that like the first payment is to like really entice me, and then the second payment is like, okay, you actually did it. You know.
The rest of you who are still here, so Sweetie and Alistair and Nito, are you still here as well?
Oh, I'm at the door.
I'm slightly behind Alistair. So I'm a little, like maybe 2 steps into the room.
I'm still barely in the room, but I'm intent on following Mordecai, but I am still technically in the room at this moment.
You see that the Emperor leans over someone says something that you can't really quite make out, and then goes back to eating his food. And then Mordecai,
Yes.
you hear Aurora's voice in your head. Can we talk?
Meet the meet me at the apothecary. I need to heal up anyways.
Okay, I'll
And she
meet you
sort of
there.
turns on her heels in a hallway to head towards the apothecary.
Sweetie,
Sweetie, what are you doing?
Sweetie runs to catch up to Mordecai and asks, "Hey, it's been a year since we met, since we spoke. Are you okay?"
I'll be fine once I just get these bullets taken care of and out of this.
I will. Would you like me to accompany you? We could continue talking while we both take a short rest and you get that taken care of.
I don't think you care for the words I have to say, but if you wish to join me, I will not stop you.
Sweetie has no response. Says, "I suspect I should be there. Yes."
Right. Go to the apothecary.
See, Aurora's already in there sitting. She kind of stands up and straightens herself up when you walk in. I
Yes.
I didn't mean for you to get hurt.
Mordecai sits down and just sort of like lets the apothecary start to do his thing
Mhm.
and
And
just
just
sort of
starts working on you, patching up. Doesn't say a word.
looks over at Aurora and is like, I know going into battle means that I can get, well, I know that I can end up closer to my familiars than I would like to be. Or I guess I should say I can end up like them. What I don't expect is allies to put me in that line of risk. I have served this empire since essentially it started. And I have fought side by side with you through some of the biggest battles of this empire's life. And what do? You put me in a goddamn globe and put me in the center to make me an example? No. I don't care if you were not gonna let me die. The chance of it was too high. You don't take a risk like that on allies. You can see Mordecai sort of holding back more emotion than she is giving off and using anger to hide some of the tears in her eyes.
I would try to leave. I'm not going to be here much longer. I would try to leave if I were you as well. Yeah, the Emperor doesn't want anyone to know.
I don't want anyone not to know what.
Who all we encountered and what it was like. He means to wipe up all witnesses. I'm sorry. And she gets up and walks out. And with that, we will wrap up to our last scene. Q5.
Yuval, let's go.
Q5.
You materialize in a city? No, like a small city. Definitely looks familiar. You feel like you've been here before. Looking around, you can see an open market. You can see fine silk garbs and garments all around. The air is temperate, like the northern parts of Basrai. And you can see one thing that immediately catches your interest, like a faint memory of something long ago, or like a dream that you're not quite sure if you had. You see a human woman, darker skin, black hair, sitting at a table, trying to be discreet and being really bad at it. But she just catches your eye, and you feel a sense of purpose, drive, emotion that you've never felt before. Nothing keeping you in place, nothing keeping you in check.
His like half of his face has been like seared off, right?
Yes.
Um, this is in Bossrig?
You have a feeling you feel like this is the same boss ride,
Sorry.
but it's not. It's not the same boss ride. It's somewhere in boss ride, but it's not the same as the one you left.
He does he still have the ring?
You do.
Should I use it first? Oh. And like,
Oh, hey there, friend. Looking to buy anything?
he immediately turns his head.
Oh, yeah. You okay there, fella?
Oh my gosh, is that Jimothy?
He turns over. Who is that woman?
Oh, yeah. She didn't really give me a name. She got into town not too long ago. Well, don't get too many visitors over in Mira, but
Oh.
well, what can you say?
Do I recognize the name Mira?
Yeah, you recognize it's a small city in Basrai that deals in the trading of silks and garb.
I look. What does this person look like?
He looks like maybe about a 4'9", 4'10" gnomish looking fellow. He's not exactly gnomish, but he's larger in terms of the size of his belly. He's kind of portly, uh, thick, greasy black hair.
He turns to him and asks, "This is within the Empire, is it not?"
Oh, I don't know nothing about an empire, but you're sure within the kingdom of Basrai.
He smiles just a little bit. Interesting. You... Something's wrong with me. And you see like some like sparks fly out of the side of his head, and he's like, "I don't understand. I have to
I'll tell
understand."
you.
And he just starts walking
I'll,
over to this woman.
And as you get closer, she doesn't seem to notice you, and you see a seat right across from her.
I guess he just sits down. Is this seat? He punches his own jaw. Seat taken.
Oh my. Quincy?
He feels a lifting in his soul that he doesn't know or can explain at just the mention of his name on her Lips. I am designation Q5. I was constructed by Emperor Marcus Dayman, and I wished to be free. And he holds out his hand with the ring. But now that I'm free, all I want is to help you. What is happening to me? I don't. I feel things, and I don't understand. I want to help. I want to. I want to belong. That it? I don't know. I'm just a. Why can't I understand? I'm just a copy of him. What does he know? Why is he so special? And he slams his fist on the table. He, a god,
It's okay.
a serpent,
It's okay.
a serpent. Just
Sit
he
down.
he does sit down, but you can see part of his brain is like fuming. Part of a.
It's okay. Hey, calm down. It's okay. It's okay. All right?
Oh, okay.
You're all right. How about this? I was planning on heading north. Would you care to accompany me? It's scary traveling alone.
I think I would like that. Want.
Okay.
I've never been allowed to want before. It's strange. I thought I'd be in control of the things I want, but I'm not. Is this what it's like to want something?
That's what it's like.
Mm.
And you both you see her first start to doze and drift as you become blurry. And she becomes blurry. Your heads kind of start spinning. And the last thing that you see is you see a gold skull mask as you go unconscious.